Let me ask you something. Have you ever opened your banking app and felt like it's the financial version of a horror movie? You stare at the number, and the number stares back. If money were a game, you wouldn't even be on level 1. You'd still be watching the tutorial, wondering why everyone else already unlocked the secret code. Don't worry, you're not alone. Most people are out here in a long-distance relationship with money, full of effort, no consistency, and the texts always come late. But today, that's going to change. Because in this very moment, you're about to hear the 3 exact words that can summon $10 million into your life. Yes, you heard that right. 10 million. Not by luck, not by gambling, but through divine law. And before you roll your eyes or think, "Oh, here we go again," listen carefully. I'm not talking about a get-rich-quick scheme or some wishful daydream. I'm talking about commanding the same energy that forms galaxies, that makes seeds grow, that turns thought into matter. Once you understand this, you'll never have to chase money again, because money will start chasing you. Let's start with a little truth. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a word problem. They talk about money like it's a stubborn stranger they're trying to convince, and they don't realize every word that leaves their mouth is an order to the universe. You say things like, "I can't afford that." Money never stays with me. Things always go wrong at the last minute. And then you wonder why life keeps echoing those exact phrases back to you. That's not bad luck. That's your own voice coming home to roost. Your words aren't casual. They are commands. They are frequencies that instruct reality on what to deliver next. And here's the most powerful secret. The universe never argues. It never says no. It simply mirrors what it hears. So when you declare limitation, it doesn't correct you. It says, "Understood. More limitation on the way." When you affirm lack, it nods and agrees, not out of cruelty, but out of perfect obedience. You might say, "But I do speak positively. I affirm. I visualize. I say my mantras." And yet, nothing changes. That's because you may be saying the right words, but your inner state is still tuned to asking, not commanding. You can't say, "I'm abundant," while feeling desperate about the bills piling up. That's like trying to sing 2 different songs at once. The signal gets scrambled. But don't worry, we're going to fix that today. By the time you finish this video, you'll know the 3 exact words that will align your energy with divine authority. The kind that doesn't ask for money, it commands it. And most importantly, you'll know how to use them so that they don't just sound powerful, they become powerful. If you're new here, understand something. We don't do long, empty lectures. These videos are precise, potent, and designed to wake something ancient inside you. Something that already knows it was never meant to wish. It was meant to speak. Now, let's be real for a moment. You've been working hard, haven't you? You've tried everything. Manifesting, journaling, affirmations, even praying. And yet abundance still feels like it's stuck in traffic. You watch other people get their breakthroughs while yours seem forever on the way. But here's what's really happening. You're not out of alignment. You're just out of clarity. You've been sending mixed signals to the universe. One minute you say, "I'm ready for abundance," and the next, you scroll through your bills, muttering, "I can't take this anymore." You're giving the universe 2 orders at once, and it doesn't know which one to fulfill. Think about it. You wouldn't call a restaurant and say, "I'll take the pasta," then immediately call back to say, "Actually, cancel that, I'll take the pizza," and then call again to say, "Wait, forget it, I'm not hungry." Would you expect dinner to arrive? Number. That's exactly how most people communicate with the divine. They change their order every 5 minutes. So before I reveal the exact 3 words that unlock the $10 million flow, you need to understand why your current words aren't working, and what frequency what you must hold so that the universe finally hears you clearly. Before we go any further, if this message already feels like truth stirring inside you, take a moment and subscribe. Here, we don't flood you with endless techniques. We awaken your power in minutes of pure truth. Every video on this channel is a mirror reminding you who you really are, a creator, not a beggar. So subscribe now and keep walking with us on this journey of command, clarity, and wealth. Everything in creation begins with energy. You, me, the phone in your hand, the chair beneath you, it's all vibration. And money is no different. Money isn't just paper or numbers on a screen. It's a living frequency that moves toward whoever speaks its language. That's why two people can walk through the same opportunity, and one becomes a millionaire while the other walks away empty. It's not luck, it's alignment. When you speak like a commander, reality listens. When you speak like a beggar, reality delays. It's not punishment, it's physics. Let's make this simple. Every emotion you feel sends a signal. When you speak from gratitude, confidence, and certainty, that signal tells the universe, deliver wealth, I'm ready. When you speak from fear, doubt, or waiting, that signal says, hold it, I'm not yet sure. And the universe, being perfectly obedient, holds it. This is why so many people almost manifest. They see signs, they feel momentum, and then nothing. The signal collapses before the command completes. Because they're still asking. They're still hoping instead of declaring. Asking is the energy of separation. It says, I don't have, please give. Commanding is the energy of unity. It says, it's already mine, let it appear. One vibrates with need, the other vibrates with ownership. The moment you understand that difference, you stop chasing wealth like a runaway balloon and realize you're the air that keeps it afloat. So, if you've been wondering why your affirmations feel flat, why you say the right things but nothing shifts, it's because you've been whispering to the universe instead of speaking from the throne of creation. Let's fix that. Because by the end of this video, you're going to know the exact 3 words that awaken that throne inside you. Words that make money turn its head and say, that voice, I serve that. But before the reveal, you need to prepare your inner field. Think of your mind as a tuning dial. Right now, it might be half-turned between faith and fear. To receive clearly, you have to click fully into faith. Here's how. Start noticing how often you ask instead of declare. I hope this works out. I wish I could. I need more. Each of those phrases quietly programs lack. Replace them with authority. I decide this works out. I choose to create more. I command abundance to flow. Feel how different that sounds in your chest? That's the tone the universe understands. So before we go further, I want you to understand this. When you speak from need, the universe hears absence. When you speak from being, it hears creation. That's why the ancient teachers said, let the weak say, I am strong, because your words don't describe reality. They define it. Now, it's time. Take a breath. Still your mind. You've been asking long enough. You've been waiting long enough. The moment of command has come. The exact 3 words that unlock $10 million, and far beyond that, are simple. But don't let their simplicity fool you. They are atomic. They carry the frequency of creation itself. I am wealth. Say it quietly to yourself. Let the words roll through your body like warm light. I am wealth. This is not wishful thinking. This is not an affirmation. This is an activation. When you say I am, you invoke the divine identity within you. The same voice that said, let there be light. It's not describing what you want. It's declaring what you are. The universe hears I am and immediately begins reorganizing itself to prove you right. Because I am is the language of authority. It doesn't ask, it commands. It doesn't hope, it knows. But here's the part most people miss. You can't just say, I am wealth, from your lips, while your heart whispers, I don't believe it. You must become the vibration of those words. They are not a request for money. They are the remembrance of identity. Close your eyes for a moment and say it again. I am wealth. Notice what happens inside you. Do you feel warmth? Resistance? Maybe a whisper saying, no, you're not. That's not failure. That's your old programming being exposed. That voice is the echo of every time you said, I can't, I don't deserve, or it's too hard. It's the leftover vibration of lack, and the moment you catch it, you've already started dissolving it. Don't argue with it. Don't fight it. Just repeat the command until it quiets down. Because each repetition is like rewriting code in your subconscious. Every I am wealth installs new software. Confidence, certainty, divine memory. Now, I want you to try something powerful. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe deeply. And speak these words slowly, deliberately, as if they were written on the universe itself. I am wealth. I am the source of my supply. Everything around me is aligning to my abundance. You'll notice something starts to shift. A small inner smile. A feeling of certainty you didn't expect. That's the frequency of command awakening. That's not motivation. That's remembrance. See, your true nature was never poor. You were never meant to chase or beg or struggle. You were meant to create. And creation doesn't begin with action. It begins with identity. You cannot manifest what you don't believe you already are. That's why from this moment forward, you stop asking, when will it happen, and start commanding, it's already done. Repeat that softly, it's already done. Because once you declare I am wealth, the process is not beginning, it's finishing. You're simply watching the movie of your assumption play out in time. Now, let's make it real. Tomorrow morning, before you even touch your phone or check your messages, sit up in bed, close your eyes, and for 60 seconds, breathe like someone who already has $10 million. Not a penny more, not a penny less. Feel the bed beneath you as if it were silk. Feel the air as if it carries gold particles. Smile like a creator who already knows the ending of the story. And then say it, with quiet authority, I am wealth. That's your first command of the day, the signal to the universe that your frequency is set. And if you truly want to go deeper, here's the secret. Don't wait for the feeling to come to you. Create it. Imagine your bank app lighting up with 7 extra digits. Imagine your family, your peace, your generosity expanding. And say, this is my normal. Because the more you practice commanding, the less you'll ever need to ask again. You'll stop chasing proof because the energy itself will start chasing you. When you say, "Wow, I am wealth," you are not convincing the universe. You are reminding it of what it already knew about you. You're declaring the original design. And from that moment forward, everything, opportunities, ideas, people, timing, begins rearranging itself to reflect your new identity. That is the law of command. And from this point on, you don't ask for wealth. You embody it. Now that you've spoken the words, it's time to live them. Because saying I am wealth is the spark, but living it is the fire. Here's where most people stop short. They say the words once or twice, feel a tiny rush, then go back to their old posture of worry. But the universe doesn't respond to a moment. It responds to a state. So let's anchor your new state right now. Tomorrow morning, before you even touch your phone, sit up in bed and take 60 seconds just for you. Breathe in slowly. Feel the air as if it carries gold dust. Feel the sheets beneath you as if they were woven from prosperity itself. Then say quietly, I am wealth. Don't just say it. Feel it. Let the vibration fill your chest, your spine, your face. Smile like someone who just realized the universe is their silent business partner. Throughout your day, use it as your inner soundtrack. Stuck in traffic? I am wealth. Answering emails? I am wealth. Paying a bill? Especially then, I am wealth. Because wealth isn't a number in a bank account, it's the identity that numbers rearrange themselves around. This isn't delusion, it's divine psychology. Your subconscious doesn't debate, it obeys. When you tell it who you are, it starts filtering reality to prove you right. It highlights opportunities, ideas, and people that match your command, while quietly erasing what doesn't. I once told a friend about this exact practice. She laughed at first, but she tried it. 30 seconds each morning, that's all. On day 3, she messaged me, "I just got a surprise deposit." By day 10, she'd found forgotten money in an old coat. By day 21, she was offered a promotion. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you understand energy, you know it's alignment. Because when you vibrate at wealth, the world rearranges itself to reflect you. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about my bills? What about debt? What about the real world? And here's the truth. Wealth doesn't ignore reality. It transforms it. You don't wait for circumstances to change so you can feel wealthy. You feel wealthy first, and your circumstances rise to meet that feeling. That's the law. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So when you say, "I am wealth," don't wait for proof before you believe it. Believe first. On the earth, a Reprogramming will appear. All right, take a breath. We've opened the door to something powerful. Now we're going to go deeper, into activation. Because saying, "I am wealth," plants the seed, but you still have to water it with gratitude, faith, and inspired action. And once you do, something shifts around you. Subtle, but unmistakable. Your walk changes. Your tone changes. You stop reacting to lack because you no longer identify with it. You start seeing opportunities that were invisible yesterday. And then one morning, you'll realize, wealth was never outside of you. It was waiting for you to remember who you are. So stay with me. The next few minutes will show you how to lock this vibration so deeply that no doubt, no fear, no circumstance can shake it. Because when you live the words, "I am wealth," $10 million stops being a fantasy. It becomes the natural echo of your vibration. And if you haven't yet, join this movement of creators. Subscribe right now and step into a space where every word, every video, every reminder reactivates your command. We're building a global field of people who speak abundance into existence. People who no longer ask, but command. Subscribe and let each message raise your frequency higher until wealth, peace, and purpose become your normal. Let's begin with this truth. When you say, "I am wealth," you're not trying to convince the universe of anything. You're reminding it of what's already true. You're speaking the language of creation. "I am" is the divine declaration of being. It doesn't ask, it commands. And when you attach the word wealth to it, you are sending a sacred order into the law of supply. That order cannot be lost, delayed, or denied, unless you cancel it with doubt. So now, let's lock in your frequency. Let's seal your vibration so deeply that nothing can shake it. No bill, no delay, no person, no fear. Because once you master this state, you won't just attract $10 million, you'll attract something greater. Peace, purpose, and power that money could never buy. Here's how. When you wake up tomorrow, before you do anything, before you check your phone or think of your to-do list, sit up straight. Lift your chin slightly. Relax your shoulders. Breathe deeply. Because energy listens to posture. You can't affirm wealth while sitting like life owes you something. You have to speak from the energy of authority. Straight spine, open chest, calm breath. That's the posture of command. Now whisper it again, from that place. "I am wealth." Feel the difference? It's not about shouting it, it's about embodying it. Because wealth isn't noise, it's presence. Next, let's address the biggest thief of creation, doubt. Doubt is the tax you pay when you forget your own power. We've all paid it, but it's time to stop renewing that subscription. Doubt whispers things like, "What if this doesn't work? What if I'm not meant to be rich? What if I fail again?" And in that moment, you must become the authority over your own thoughts. You don't need to fight doubt. You just need to outnumber it. Every time it speaks, you reply with your command, "I am wealth." Doubt can't survive repetition. You can't feel lack and abundance at the same time. Eventually, the the stronger vibration wins, so feed the one that serves you. Now picture your mind like a garden. Every thought you think is a seed. If you've been planting worry, fear, and scarcity, don't judge yourself. Just plant new seeds. Say it again. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am peace. Say them daily, and the weeds of lack will wither on their own. You don't have to rip them out, just stop watering them. And maybe right now you're thinking, but what if I don't feel it yet? That's okay. Say it anyway. Emotion follows repetition. Just like a song you hear over and over until it lives in your head, your subconscious will start singing along. That's when manifestation becomes effortless. Let me share something with you. A woman once told me she had spent years trying every method, vision boards, scripting, endless affirmations, and still nothing changed. She decided to try one thing differently. She would simply say, I am wealth, every morning. At first, it felt ridiculous. She whispered it while washing dishes, waiting for the bus, even brushing her teeth. Then one morning, something shifted. She didn't just say it, she felt it. That same week, a forgotten project resurfaced. Within a month, she received the largest payment of her career. She told me later, it was like the universe had just been waiting for me to stop begging and start declaring. That's the law of command in action. It's not about forcing reality. It's about aligning identity. Because when your vibration says, I already have, reality rushes to confirm it. Now, let's talk about something people rarely mention. Wealth isn't only about receiving. Sometimes it begins with releasing. You can't receive new abundance if your hands are still gripping old scarcity. So take a deep breath. Let go of guilt, resentment, or regret about money. Forgive your financial past. Forgive yourself for what you didn't know then. You did your best with the awareness you had. Those experiences didn't define you. They refined you. Say it with me quietly. I release the old. I am wealth. When you release resistance, you make space for divine flow. Because abundance isn't trying to find you, it's trying to fit into you. And when you clear the inner clutter, the outer flow begins. Now we're going to go one step deeper. Let's talk about the science behind this, because what we call manifestation is not fantasy, it's physics. Everything is vibration. Your emotions are energy in motion. The higher you feel, gratitude, joy, love, the faster your manifestations arrive. The lower you feel, fear, worry, guilt, the slower they move. So if you want $10 million, don't focus on the number, focus on the feeling it represents. What does that money symbolize to you? Freedom, security, joy, peace? Practice that feeling daily. Because you're not chasing dollars, you're summoning their frequency. Now close your eyes for a moment, unless you're driving. Picture yourself in your ideal environment. Maybe you're walking through a home filled with light. Maybe you're signing a check to help someone you love. Feel that gratitude, that ease. Then say, I am wealth. Not I will be, not I hope to be, but I am. That's how you shift timelines, from hoping to having, from waiting to living. Now let's talk about action, because faith without action isn't creation, it's daydreaming. Once you start commanding I am wealth, you'll notice ideas begin to appear. They'll come as whispers, a nudge to make a call, start a project, learn a skill, shift a habit. Don't ignore those whispers. They're not random thoughts. They're divine instructions responding to your declaration. Wealth flows through channels, and you are one of those channels. So when you get that spark of inspiration, don't overthink it. Follow it. Action anchors belief. Each small step you take tells the universe, I'm serious about my command. And here's something most people forget. Gratitude in advance is the proof of faith. When you thank the universe for something before it happens, you declare that it's already done. That's not hope. That's mastery. Start saying it now. Thank you for my $10 million already flowing into my life. Thank you for the doors that are opening. Thank you for the perfect timing, aligning everything in my favor. You're not asking anymore. You're confirming. Gratitude seals the command. And please, don't fall into the trap of waiting for a sign. You are the sign. The fact that you're watching this right now, hearing these words, feeling that stirring inside, that is the sign. It means you're already vibrating on the wealth frequency. The door is open. Now it's just about walking through. And while you walk, remember this. The universe doesn't respond to anxiety. It responds to assurance. So walk with calm power. Speak with conviction. Smile with certainty. When you command, I am wealth, you no longer wait for money to come. Money begins waiting for you. Now, let's raise your vibration even higher. Laugh. Yes. Laughter is not just joy, it's wealth in motion. Some people think being spiritual means being serious all the time, but the most magnetic people are the most joyful. You don't summon millions by gritting your teeth, you summon them by relaxing into your abundance. So, yes, dance, laugh, enjoy the smallest things. Because joy is currency, and the universe pays attention to where it circulates freely. And if you've said affirmations before and felt like nothing happened, that's okay. Most people plant the seed and dig it up the next day to check if it's growing. Don't do that. Be patient. Wealth is growing under the soil, even when you can't see it yet. The invisible always comes before the visible. So keep watering it, with gratitude, joy, and calm expectation. Because you're not waiting for it to come, you're waiting to see what's already on its way. Now, take a deep breath. Feel your heart steady. Say it again, softly. I am wealth. It's already done. Let that vibration move through you. That warmth you feel in your chest, that quiet peace, that's not your imagination. That's confirmation. That's the energy of creation acknowledging your command. And now, let's anchor it into daily life with a simple 21-day ritual. The same pattern ancient teachers used to reprogram their subconscious minds. For the next 21 days, speak I am wealth every morning and every night. Write it 10 times a day. Say it when you're brushing your teeth, walking, waiting in line, or driving. Let it become the background music of your mind. Each time you say it, add gratitude. I am wealth, and I'm grateful for my overflowing opportunities. I am wealth, and I'm grateful for the peace I feel today. I am wealth, and I'm grateful for the abundance surrounding me. And take just one inspired action each day. Just one. Send that email. Start that project. Clean your space. Read that book. Open that account. Every small move says, I'm ready. And when doubt whispers, it's not working, smile and reply, it's already done. Because everything in the unseen world happens before it appears in the physical. You're not waiting for wealth to come. You're waiting for the movie of your new vibration to finish rendering in time. Now take one more deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel how much lighter you are. That's what alignment feels like. Say it with me one last time for this moment. I am wealth. Let it settle in your chest. Feel it expanding through your mind, your voice, your presence. That is the vibration of command. Calm, confident, absolute. You've spoken the words. You've felt their vibration. You've whispered them into your mornings and carried them into your nights. But now, it's time to stop saying the words and start becoming them. Because true wealth doesn't come from what you do. It flows from who you are. And once you are wealth in consciousness, the $10 million, the opportunities, the peace, the power, all of it begins to orbit around you. Not by chance, by command. When you declare I am wealth, you're not convincing the universe of something new. You're reminding it of something ancient. You're speaking the same words spoken at the beginning of creation. I am is not a sentence, it's a decree. It doesn't request, it establishes. And when you add wealth to it, you write a divine order into the field of reality. That order cannot be delayed unless you cancel it with fear. So, from this day forward, you speak like a creator. You stand like a creator. You walk like a creator. Because You are one. And remember this truth. When you master this state, you don't just attract $10 million, you attract peace, certainty, and purpose that no number could buy. Now, let's live these words. Tomorrow, when you wake up, take those first 60 seconds before the world reaches for you, and reach inward instead. Straight spine, calm breath, eyes still soft with sleep. Say it slowly, deliberately, with power behind the stillness. I am wealth. Feel the vibration ripple through your chest. Let it fill the room. Let it echo into your day. Because energy listens, and the universe always answers the one who speaks from knowing. Whenever life tests you, bills, delays, noise, uncertainty, don't shrink. Smile softly. Breathe. Say it again. I am wealth. You'll feel the ground steady beneath you because the command returns you to truth. Now, I want you to imagine thousands of people all over the world saying those same 3 words with you right now. Imagine this entire space vibrating with that declaration. I am wealth. Feel that collective energy building. Unstoppable, golden, expanding. That's what happens when many voices speak one truth. Type it below. Type I am wealth in the comments right now. Let this page become a field of abundance energy, because when thousands of us command together, that vibration multiplies. It becomes a current too strong for resistance. And if you haven't yet, make sure you're part of this community of creators. Hit subscribe and let every new video remind you of your own authority. We keep our messages short, but every one of them is a spark meant to reignite your power. Every time you return, you'll remember who you are a little more, because you are not someone trying to attract money. You are wealth discovering itself. Walk today with that certainty. Smile at life like it's your loyal ally. Speak to it like a partner, not a problem. When you say, I am wealth, the $10 million is already aligning. Guided by your belief, summoned by your word, drawn by your vibration.